It's a lady in London here. Today I want to take you on a day trip to Bruges. This historic city in Belgium is absolutely beautiful and it's worth a special trip. It's an easy train journey from London by train, and once you're here there's a lot to do and see. I'm going to take you around and show you all the highlights, and the full route and itinerary are on my blog, aladyinlondon.com. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video on YouTube. For now, let's go see what we find. If you're wondering how to get to Bruges from London, the best way to get there is by rail. You can start by taking a train from London to Brussels. From there, it's an easy change to a train to Bruges. It takes around 2 hours to get to Brussels and another hour to get from there to Bruges. With a 15-minute layover in the Belgian capital, the total journey takes just over 3 hours. Remember, there's a 1-hour time difference between the UK and Belgium, though. If you prefer to take a guided tour, I'll put a link to where you can book one in the description of this video on YouTube. After departing London on a 6:15 a.m. train, I arrive in Bruges at 10:30 and walk the short distance from the station to the heart of the old town. I'm hungry from the journey, so I sit down at a sunny table in a square and order breakfast from the well-known Belgian restaurant Le Pain Quotidien. Appetite taken care of, I continue my day trip to Bruges with some sightseeing. I start in the Grand Place, or Market Square. It's dominated by the towering belfry. It's a short walk from there to De Burg, another famous square. It's home to the Basilica of the Holy Blood, which is renowned for housing a vial that allegedly contains a cloth with the blood of Jesus. De Burg is also where you'll find the City Hall building. This eye-catching number dates back to 1376, and it features a striking Gothic interior that houses a museum dedicated to art and history. After visiting the squares, I head over to the city's famous canals. I explore them, some of the historic markets, and all kinds of other streets and squares in Bruges. There are beautiful views everywhere I look, and it's easy to get lost in the tangle of streets. Soon I come across a sculpture called the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. This bronze group is near the famous Boniface Bridge. It's an early 20th century pedestrian number with picture-pretty views of the canals and the Church of Our Lady. From there, I wander down some more of Bruges' streets, taking in the scene, the canals, and the restaurants as I go. Eventually, I find myself in the Béguinage. This unique complex consists of a large courtyard surrounded by 17th century buildings. Nuns and religious laywomen occupy the complex, which dates back to 1245. For lunch, I head to a cute tea room. This place has modern decor and friendly staff, and I sit outside in the small courtyard and order a filling meal of smoked salmon and asparagus toast. After lunch, it's time for some shopping. I pass the De Halveman Brewery, which dates back to 1856, and walk down narrow streets as I make my way to the next stop on my itinerary, a chocolate shop called Mary. No trip to Belgium would be complete without chocolate, and Chocolaterie Mary is one of the prettiest chocolate shops in Bruges. Back outside, I continue my day in Bruges with a canal boat tour. I'll put a link to where you can book one in the description of this video on YouTube. No trip to the city would be complete without one, and I'm excited to get out on the water. The 30-minute tour takes me and my fellow passengers through the canals of Bruges. It's a great way to see the sights, not to mention a good opportunity to rest my legs after a lot of walking. The tour takes us past some of the most famous landmarks in Bruges, from St. John's Hospital to museums, mansions, almshouses, and lodges. We see a range of buildings as we cruise along the canals. Back on land, I continue my day trip with a visit to the Church of Our Lady. This stunning Gothic number was founded in the 13th century, and it's home to Michelangelo's Madonna of Bruges sculpture. From the church, I explore everything from courtyards to canals as my day trip continues. When my legs need another rest, I pop into a cafe called Espresso Bar. I love coffee. There's a little courtyard out back that's perfect for relaxing. Energy restored, I walk up to the end of St. Jacobstraat. There are beautiful residential streets around it, and I take a while to get lost in them. In doing so, I walk all the way down to St. Salvator's Cathedral. Dating back to the 12th century, it's the oldest parish church in Bruges. With some time left before my train, I walk to Friet Bar for some fries. No trip to Belgium would be complete without them, right? From there, I walk back to the train station and start my journey back to London. I leave the station at 6:30 p.m., grab a sandwich for dinner in the Brussels train station, and arrive back at St. Pancras in London just before 10 p.m. In all, I spent 8 hours in Bruges. It felt like it was enough time to see and do a bit of everything in the city. With the train journey on either end, it was a long day, but it was worth it. Thanks for coming on this day trip to Bruges with me. I hope you've enjoyed the tour, and I hope it's inspired you to take a day trip here yourself someday. It's really worth a special trip, and it's a fun day out from London. As I mentioned before, the full itinerary is on my blog, aladyinlondon.com, and I've put a link to it in the description of this video on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you go, and happy travels.